was at Investec, I learned a lot about companies and analyzing companies. That was the whole point of being there. It was not to grow into some big career. It was just to learn. It was an extension of my school. And then in 2007, I left and I started a business. By the end of 2007, in fact, I left 2006. By the end of 2007, we had lost a few million rand. And that was traumatic, And that's when my education post-corporate, post-university really started. Because the first thing I did, I looked at the people I was working with. Our team, we had a team of about 10 people in our startup company. And all of these guys, they had tertiary qualifications. And I handpicked them because I felt that they had all these qualifications that would help our organization. What I saw in their faces was the blame of themselves, because there was this feeling that we did something wrong and we had to be punished, and how could we? And I understood where that came from. Because when I was at school, I remember it was a wrong thing to get an answer wrong. We always had to get it right, or else you get punished in some way, or you're made to feel bad, or you're called names. And I said, oh my word, but how is it that all the people that I admire, who have achieved things, who have created things, who have changed the world in some way, have been wrong so many times before they got that one thing right? I said, which way am I going to play this? Am I going to continue with the beat yourself up when you're wrong model? Or am I going to say, I'm just going to see and be happy when I'm right? And that's where the answer came for me, because the answer came when I chose the third option. And I said, you know what? I don't care if I'm wrong. I don't care if I'm right. But what I care about is that I'm alive and I want to be happy. Everything that I'm doing, it needs to lead to one place, and that place is happiness. Then what is happiness? What is it? And I said, oh, okay, we can figure this out. And I first looked at my own life and said, have I ever been happy before? And I figured, yes, I have. And I said, when have I been happy? What happened when I was happy? And what was it that made me happy? And I analyzed all those things that I could remember. But when it comes to work, which leads to really the 5 things that I want to discuss today. When it comes to work, I said to myself, I need to do work. I need to choose work that is going to support my model. I don't want to postpone this happiness thing. I don't want to wait until I'm 65 and I'm retired and say, I'm retired now. I could go play golf if I care about golf. And I don't want to postpone it for 5 days till the weekend and say, I've given that company 5 days of my life and then I can be happy for 2. No. I wanted to be happy every day. And I wanted work that will support that model. The people that I would be doing it for, they needed to be people I cared about. They needed to be people I liked. I needed to work with clients or work for clients or serve people I actually wanted to serve. I was just sick and tired of difficult clients that just distressed me for no reason. And then the next thing that was important for me was that it needed to be globally scalable. It needed to be work that we could bring people every week to join our company, and we could teach them and they could follow the model, and it could work, and we could expand it into a global scale. We live in a low trust world. People are looking for somebody they can trust. They can't trust banks. They can't trust corporations in general. They're looking for somebody that they can trust, and that somebody is you. This is the person I want to talk about today, the most trusted advisor. And when I say the person, again, I'm not just referring to an individual. There are corporations that play the role of the most trusted advisor. What is it about this person? There are 5 things about this person. There are 5 things about this organization. The first thing is identity. These organizations and these people are very clear about who they are. They don't allow anybody and everybody to just define them. They define themselves. That's 1. 2, the work that they do. They pay so much attention in terms of choosing the work and designing the work and defining the work that they are going to do. 3, they are driven by this big thing called why. They're driven by a big question. And the 4th thing is the clients, the people. Who do they serve? Who do they serve? Because they handpick who they get to serve. They choose who they're going to work with. And the last one is the fees. This is the cool part. This is how they keep the score, how they get paid. Let's talk about identity just a little bit. What are these things that define these people? The first thing is that before they embark on any journey, they ask themselves, who do I want to be a hero to? They don't just jump in and say, whatever it takes to make money, because they know that they are a hero to somebody. All of us are looking for a hero. But what is it about heroes that make heroes heroes? 2 things. The first thing is that they lead with empathy. Every hero you can think of, they lead with empathy. They always try to understand you before they try to be understood. We've heard this. Seek to understand before you seek to be understood. A hero is somebody who comes to a networking function and they sit next to you and they ask you all the questions about you and you know nothing about them. They just said, my name is Mapoko, I'm an entrepreneur. The second thing about heroes is that they assume a fiduciary position. They know that they have to protect you. They know that they've got a responsibility to look after your interests. They know that they've got a responsibility to be trusted, to be your protector, to be your carer, to care about you. Here's another thing that these people believe. These people, everything they do, they start with a vision. Your vision is your biggest coach. Because if you know where you're going, you can't do things today that have nothing to do with where you're going. Anything that is already a habit, in an area where you've got a habit, you are already disciplined. Does your work have your signature on it? Can you be judged by your work? Are you comfortable? And they're great storytellers. The next thing is customer satisfaction is last century, guys. Customers, I don't know if you've realized, but customers don't get satisfied anymore. Even customers that get stuff for free, they still complain and want to return it. But here's another thing that I learned, and this applies to work of these most trusted advisors. These people, they've figured the balance. You know, we went to school and we were taught it's either you're an artist or you're a scientist. And these guys have figured out that actually that's a lie. You are both. So mastery is what drives the most trusted advisors. What are you going to master? You've got one life. You've got one shot. They say if you do it right, once is enough. What are you mastering today? What are people looking at you and saying, that guy is a master? And mastery is practice, guys. You don't stop practicing if you're a master. Choose a field where you will never stop being fascinated by your work. I like what Michael Eisner said. What we aim for is not perfection. Perfection will drive you out of business. What we aim for is magic. Where's the magic in what you do? Where's the magic in your company? Because the work that these guys do, they aim for mastery, they pursue mastery, and they pursue magic. Because whatever past you've had, no matter how great it is, everybody is pursuing a bigger future. And this is the why behind the great work that the most trusted advisor of the 21st century is doing what they do. Because they see the status quo as the enemy. So they lead with content. They educate their clients. They don't hide what they do. They don't hide behind their methodology and say our clients mustn't know because we're overcharging them. No, they teach them such that the client themselves are actually the masters. They are the experts. And that creates a bond that is never broken. And they do risky projects with their clients. If they feel that we need to chart an uncharted territory with this project, they are not afraid because there's trust there. This is the interesting part. Because a lot of people, when they do work with clients, the first thing they think about is the fees. How much can we charge these guys, you know? They don't even know what they're going to do for the guy. How much can we charge them? Do they have a lot of money? But no. These guys, they start with work. They say, we are committed to only doing the work that is worth paying for. And the other thing that they do, which is what they sell for money, the gift is free. You get to experience it whether you buy the service or the product or not. But what they sell for money is the experience. Who's still selling the cheap? Are you kidding me? Cheap doesn't work. If you're in the business of selling cheap stuff, think again. Because nobody wants cheap. Nobody sees themselves as cheap. Think about it, guys. Nobody. They charge fair but aggressive fees. So these people get paid more for who they are. How can you get paid more for who you are? That's the question. After we've said all of this, we're leading to one place. How is the world going to value more? Because you are you. Think about your work. Think about the job you're looking for. And think about how these things, how can you position yourself? What's your identity? How do you define yourself? What is your work? Can you put a signature on your work? Where's the artist in you? Are you a great storyteller? Can you tell a story and capture the imagination of the people you want to acquire as clients?